Throughout my childhood, there were a couple of video game series that I would default to playing. The Super Mario Bros. Series, the Sonic series, and the Crash Bandicoot series. However, there was one series that I never really got into growing up that my younger sisters loved to play, and that was the Kirby series. I remember when we had to take turns playing games, I would hand them the controller after playing through Mario 64, and I would watch them play through Kirby's Dream Land 3 together. And even though the game looked interesting, I never took the time to actually play it growing up. And so, today I wanted to fix that. We're going to be 100%ing Kirby's Dream Land 3 for the Super Nintendo. To 100% Kirby's Dream Land 3, we will need to complete all 30 stages and collect all 30 heart stars. We will also need to defeat every single boss, including the side bosses and the true final boss. We will need to complete the MG5 minigame, the Boss Push series, and earning a score of at least 10 in the jumping minigame. Just like every other game I complete on this channel, if you would like to see the full unedited version of the gameplay, you can check it out on the LP Max YouTube channel, which I will leave in the description down below. But with all that said, before we hop into the actual game, let's first talk about how we get all of the heart stars. Each world in Kirby's Dream Land 3 is divided into 6 stages, with each stage having its own heart star. There is a pretty basic pattern for each of the worlds, so that way you could figure out roughly what you need to do for each level. For example, the first stage of each world involves something around flowers or mushrooms. The second stage of each world requires either a specific copy ability or an animal friend. The third level of each world involves some sort of minigame. The fourth level is a search and rescue mission where Kirby has to fight a mid-boss. The fifth stage of each world requires bringing the right animal friend to the end of the stage. And the sixth level involves either collecting objects to bring to the end of the stage or destroying star block structures in order to make a specific shape. I'll go over the detail of what each level needs to get their specific heart star, but I wanted to lay that pattern out so that way everyone knew. Anyway, let's hop into the first world of Kirby's Dream Land 3, Grassland. For the first level in Grassland, you need to get through the level without stepping on or harming any of the red tulips in the level, which honestly is not that difficult to do. For the second level, you need to bring Choo Choo into a side chamber in room 2. There you'll see a creature named Moochie Moochie, where you need to use your default inhale move in order to make him happy. In level 3, we get to play our first minigame, Which Gordo Was Thrown, where we have to identify which face a Gordo is making as he is thrown between 2 rocky screens, with each throw getting faster and harder to identify. In the fourth level, we need the stone ability in order to take a side path to fight the mid-boss Bobu. After beating him, we can rescue the monkey named Goku and deliver him to Chao at the end of the stage. The fifth level is a lot easier to do. All we have to do is bring Kind to the end of the stage. And then for the final level of World 1, there are 3 shapes scattered around the hollow stump: a triangle, a circle, and a rectangle. We need to collect all 3 of them and then deliver them to the end of the stage. After that, all we had to do was beat the World 1 boss, which was Wispy, which didn't take long at all. And with that done, we were able to move on to the next world, Ripple Field. For the first level of Ripple Field, I needed to collect Pitch and the Clean ability and use it to lob water at each of the stems in the rooms to make them grow into tulips. After having all of them grow and not damaging them, I was able to collect a heart star at the end of the stage. For the second level, I needed to have Kind in the Parasol ability and to use the default move of it next to Bakasa. Once that was done, I was able to collect another heart star at the end of the stage as well. For the third level, we got to play the second minigame, Where's the Eel?, which I would say is probably the easiest minigame of the bunch. The way that this minigame works is very simple. There are 5 pots in the room. In one of the pots is an eel named Eliel, and in the other 4 pots are Gordos. The goal is to correctly find which pot Eliel is in after they shuffle around. Just like every other minigame, you have to do this 3 times, with each time getting faster and harder to find. For the fourth level, we need to use the Needle ability after defeating the mid-boss Captain Stitch, and then use that ability to find and rescue Kogamugairu. After rescuing the Toad, we need to make it to the end of the stage in order to reunite it with its parent, Gamugairu. The fifth level, once again, is a lot easier. All we have to do is bring Pitch to the end of the level. And then for level 6 is the first Star Block level, where we have to break a 5x5 arrangement of blocks into a specific shape. After that was done, all we had to do was beat the World 2 boss, Akro, and then we could move on to World 3, Sand Canyon. For the first level of World 3, we will see red tulips just like the one in Grassland, and some brown mushrooms. Unlike in Grassland where we had to leave the tulips alone, in this one we have to trample the tulips and leave the mushrooms alone. And once that's done, we could get a heart star from the end of the stage. For the second level, we need to have the clean ability in order to clean 2 rooms that Oba-chan needs us to do. After that's done, she will give us the heart star at the end of the level. Level 3 is another minigame. How many of the same face are there? This one is quite explanatory. There is an egg-shaped creature named Caramelo who will blow a bubble and cause a horde of Gordos in the air to show their faces. After the Gordos show their face, you have to guess how many of them were showing a specific face. This one is admittedly one of the more difficult ones, but we were able to get it. The fourth level, once again, we have to fight a mid-boss named Haboki. And after defeating him, we were able to rescue Donbei and reunite him with his sister Hikari. The fifth level is another easy one, where all we have to do is arrive at the end of the stage with Choo-Choo. For the sixth level, we get to help Professor Hector and Rob, because yes, Rob is actually in this game, and he's not the only Nintendo character who makes an appearance. We have to use a bunch of different partners and abilities to find and reassemble Rob at the end of the stage. But once all that is done, we could fight the World 3 boss Poncon, and then we could move on to World 4, Cloudy Park. At the end of the first level, there's a bunch of flowers that are covered in soot. In order to clean them off, we need not only the clean ability, but also Ku or Rick. Once we clean them all off and are careful not to step on them in the process, we are able to get the heart star at the end of the level. For the second level, at the very end, we'll be able to see a small chick named Pio who is hanging from a large red balloon. What we need to do is to use the needle ability to pop the balloon and reunite the chick with his mother, who will give us a heart star for our trouble. The third level, once again, is another minigame. How many of the same color are there? This one is also very self-explanatory. There are 3 rounds, and in each round, a number of differently colored Gordos will appear from behind a screen. The goal is to guess how many of a particular color there are. This minigame, due to being color coordinated, I would say is one of the easier ones to play. For the fourth level, we will need the help of Ku in order to defeat the mid-boss Jumper Shoot. You see, in the room directly after the boss fight, there is a small orange-looking creature named Mikarin, who we have to rescue. Mikarin is surrounded by a strong current of wind, and the only friend character to help us through wind is Ku, so we need his help in order to collect them. Once we get Mikarin, we make it to the end of the level to reunite them with Kagami Mochi, who gratefully gives us a heart star. The fifth level, once again, is really easy. All we have to do is bring Rick to the end of the level. And the sixth level is our second and final installment of the Star Block levels, where we have to arrange a 5x5 square into a particular shape. But once we finish that, we are able to fight my favorite boss in the game, Ado, and then move on to the final world of the game, Iceberg. For the first level of the final world, there are several daisies that are frozen solid, and we need to use the burning ability to thaw them out while being careful not to accidentally step on them. Once we do that, we are able to collect a heart star from the end of the level. In the second level, there are 3 side chambers that are filled with Metroids, which we have to use the ice ability to freeze and then knock them away, which in my opinion is a very nice reference to the Metroid's actual weakness in the Metroid series, which is ice. Once we freeze all the Metroids and kick them away, Samus will give us a heart star for our troubles at the end of the level. In the third level, we run across the final minigame. What was that sound? Once again, this game consists of 3 rounds, where Chef Kawasaki will toss out 5 Gordos which will make a specific sound. Afterwards, he will bang his pan on a 6th Gordo, making the same sound as one of the previous ones, and we have to guess which sound was the one that he made. Now, a little backstory, I used to work with audio for several years, working as an audio engineer for multiple places. Yet, despite my experience in working with audio for several years, this was the minigame that gave me the most amount of trouble, which is kind of funny in my opinion. But we were still able to get all 3 guesses right and got the heart star at the end of the level. In the fourth level, we need to have Ku and the burning ability in order to recover the lost shell of the snail Name, swapping between Ku and Choo-Choo in order to break ice barricades and reach the area where the shell is. The fifth level, once again, we have to bring an animal friend to the end of the level. This one, however, is pretty interesting because we need to bring Nago to the end of the level, but Nago does not appear at any point in the stage. So what we have to do is we have to go into level 3, get Nago from there, quit out, and then go through the entire stage with him. It's a neat little detour, having to go into an entirely different stage in order to grab something for the mission, and it's something that I wish that this game would do more often, since this is the only time that you ever have to do this. For the final level, we have to collect 8 feathers for the angel at the end. In order to do this, we have to use every single copy ability to break through the appropriate blocks, so using Spark, Stone, Parasol, Ice, Cutter, Clean, Burn, and Needle. Some of these we could get from enemies, and some of them we get from mini-bosses. Once that is done, we can make it to the end of the level and the angel will give us our final heart star. After that, all we have to do is fight King Dedede, and the game is over. Or not. You see, the reason why we were collecting all of the heart stars, besides the percentage thing, was because we needed to purge the dark matter out of every level. And once we purged the dark matter out of every level, we unlocked the true final boss, Zero. Now, kind of a fun fact, this was the first time I've actually fought against him, and it made for a very memorable and stressful boss fight, which ended with me only having 1 hit point remaining. But after beating the final boss and rolling the credits for the first time, all that remained were the 3 side modes, MG5, Boss Butch, and Jumping. I decided to knock out MG5 first since I assumed that it would give me the most difficulty. Now, for those of you who do not know, MG5 is a combination of every single minigame that we've come across so far, where we have to get every single question right across every single minigame. This one took me a little bit of time to fully complete, but we were able to do so. After that, I decided to do Jumping. You could technically go on for forever in Jumping, but in order to 100% the game, you only need to score a total of 10. So I decided to do a little bit better than that. After that, we finished things off with the Boss Butch, which is a boss rush mode starting from Wispy Woods and ending with the final boss of Zero. After finishing Boss Butch and rolling the credits, because yes, there is a different credit sequence for Boss Butch compared to the main game, we have officially 100%ed Kirby's Dream Land 3. Our reward for 100%ing the game is a question mark option in the options menu, which allows us to watch all of the cutscenes in the game, either separately or sequential. But with all of that said, with everything done, Kirby's Dream Land 3 has officially been conquered. Thank you all so much for watching the video. This game was a lot of fun for me to complete, and it felt like I was kind of reliving through my childhood and playing through it. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It's free, it helps out the channel a lot, and you could unsubscribe at any time. Like I mentioned before, if you would like to watch the full unedited version of the gameplay, you could check it out on the LP Max channel, which I will leave in the description down below. If you would like to see me 100% games before they come out on YouTube, be sure to check out my Twitch, which I will also leave down below, as well as a link to my Twitter, where I make announcements and updates related to the games that I'm playing through. Thank you all so much for watching the video once again, and I hope you all have a blessed day.